Trevor, there are only three possibilities by which President William Ruto can be president in 2027. There are only three options, possibilities that I dare say. One is the manipulation of the security infrastructure to suppress voter turnout. President William Ruto knows that there is a consequential danger of the loss of 4 million votes in Mount Kenya. It is honest to say that. And these votes have gone. Anyone who is telling him that those votes exist is lying to him. Even him, he knows. And that's why you see that the security apparatus are openly being misused in that part of the country. Number two is President William Ruto has with him the advantage of having IEBC as a state special purpose vehicle that he can use. However, the uphill task with that is that IEBC has been flagged out as a potential accomplice in this possible misdemeanor. And so they are also forewarned. Number three is President William Ruto now relies on this insensitive sale of public assets. I have said here before, I was in Singapore over the holidays. This Singapore he talks about. No government in Singapore has sold assets of the state. Public assets are a safeguard of the economy of a country. When they are sold in this manner, it is to buffer a bribery budget for the elections. But let me tell you, Trevor, ODM is already in pieces. And this is to the advantage of William Ruto. It's a script. Nelson Koech today has used the word script. Now let me borrow it from him. The script to hemorrhage and kill ODM is from the UDA brigade, is from the state, and the beneficiary is the president. Because ODM today is in so many pieces. So many pieces. You can almost bet that even in Luoland, ODM will not speak with one voice. For the first time, I have seen in Luoland people now being paid government stipend to attend Linda Ground rallies.
Come on.
Just write it down, you'll respond. You'll
right.
remember ODM.
You'll respond, Senator. Take it easy. You'll respond. You'll respond. So for the first time, you have seen every effort to mobilize, and Senator Okech must know, I am also from Luoland. I am a leader in my own right in Luoland. So when I speak on an issue like this one, I am not rumor mongering. I know what I'm talking about. The reality of sorts is that the president has achieved a situation where the people of Western Province are saying, if Arati is going to come here to insult Oparanya, we will leave this ODM. In Coast Province, they are saying, if Sultan Joho is not the leader, we will look for an option. So that ODM will ultimately remain a Luo Nyanza affair. Kisii with its 6%. Kisii with its 6%. You saw the manner in which the Linda Ground chapter of Kisii, I mean, unless you live in a mass, it was clear that that was a mobilized group. That now there is money to print T-shirts and capes, while the same ODM is still owed in excess of 10 billion by the state from the political parties' fund. So if you mean well for ODM, give them their money. But you don't mean well for them, but at the same time incite trouble within it, light fire within it. Trevor, I agree with Senator Eddy that 1 year is too long in politics. Very many things are bound to happen. Okay. But in Luoland, for example, those many things that are bound to happen include division after division. The Luos now have just realized, wait a minute, it is easy to come out of a dynasty. You know? That's the reality of things in that part of Kenya. They're saying, now we can think on our own. Now there is no dynasty. Yes. So they will be up for grabs. Everybody will go. Finally, in response to the Honorable Koech, who says the United Opposition is asleep and so Ruto will compete against himself, I have also said here, Trevor, if you have a competitor who, according to you, is not worth your effort in competition and deserves nothing but contempt, why worry? If they are sleeping, the better even for you, why worry? If they are taking tea as you distribute 20,000 per head elsewhere, why worry? Distribute it, let them sleep. Okay. So they are no effect, they are inconsequential, but you speak about them every day. Okay. The meaning is contradictory.
Okay, let me hear what it is.
First, for warning insecurity also means for arming. So, the pretense and bravado espoused by my friend, the MP for Belgood, on this show is shallow and does not look at the reality of sorts. The Honorable Nelson Koech and his ilk are those who want to praise the king even when he is naked and they can see he is naked. And less than that, I just forgot to say something that I incorporated a security company 24 years ago, and 4 years ago an investor approached me and I transferred all my interests out of it. That should be able to sufficiently address my suitability or knowledge or otherwise. I am sure that the Honorable Koech and Okech don't know I'm also a leader of a church. As a canon of the Anglican Church, let me ask the government to keep off churches with their drama against Gachagua or who away from the church. I think that's all I want to say on behalf of the church. And finally, I am very encouraged by the spontaneous responses that have come from the viewers. They end my story. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
On what Okeo has said, I think he has said an important thing, but in a biased way. If Okeo is sincere, he should say, let all politicians keep off churches. I personally don't do my politics in churches, because if you say that let the government keep off and let the opposition come in, you are saying that the Anglican Church agrees that politics can be a theater
in a church.
For the opposition. It is all politicians should keep off churches and should not be given platform in a church.
Agreed.
Correct.
Gentlemen, thank you for making that.